Hey there everyone. Before I get on with the main topic of this video, I just wanted to start by kind of an apology here really. So I've been working on my Scourings guide, as I've been said to in many videos before, and this whole time I've had it on multiple pages. So for example, the Night Scourian was page 4 here and stuff, and in fact here on page 1 I even had links to page 2, page 3, page 4. Now for everyone else, this was actually viewing as one super long page, which I didn't find out until recently, because if we look down here on the Wizard Scourian page, get to the bottom of the wizard bit, I had all these posts in here which were hidden from other people. Now on the old forum, what that would do is it would allow me to split it over multiple pages, because it would only have a certain number of posts per page. And it didn't matter whether you saw them or not, it would literally just split the thread out over pages. This didn't happen for this forum, and I didn't know, so for all this time I've had these posts in there, which you can see, and they weren't splitting it out over pages. So it's now over multiple pages, and I hope that makes it a lot easier for people to view. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody mentioned it to me before, but anyway, it's all sorted now. So this video is going to be about gold farming. I'm not going to be doing my proper gold farming series for ages. Unfortunately, it's just going to take me ages, and yeah, also the Scourian's guide, I'm not going to have it finished quite as soon as I hoped. I'm working on the night section right now, but actually what's delaying me is that I decided to buy this crown here. It cost me 7,000 gems, but it gives me a ton of event score for 4 weeks, and also a 50% discount on event tokens. So I decided I was going to do PvP scoring and place in this the most recent season. But then I decided not. I decided instead what I'd do is just buy the crown and then score an event and try to earn some gems, because I've got a ton of GLPs and I need to use them up really. So I'm doing a lot of gold farming, and so I thought it would be good to make a gold farming video. So I'm just going to quickly talk about skills here. So expel here, this burst. If using expel or burst of light, both these have great air effect and they're brilliant for farming. However, because of this giving 75% gold find, in reality, now that we have empowered flame armor, which has a larger area, you can, it doesn't really cost you much time at all to switch to this and then not use it as a skill, which is why I use Stone Storm here. Stone Storm I've got to max level, which means it's hitting 15,000 with each hit. Now because this is pet damage, the normal damage from Mana Storm is pet damage, means it doesn't one-shot all the enemies. However, because this 15,000 that adds on is literally 15,000, it means it one-shots everything, even in Adamar's Gold Sanctum. So yeah, that's kind of my alternative to Expel. And otherwise I like to use Frostdrake, because that can attack around corners and stuff, and then obviously the other ones are obvious. So I'm going to go into this. I'm basically just going to run Adamar's Sanctum and Inner Circle, and I'll probably do a couple of runs on each. Not going to be perfect runs probably, but I'll just want to show you my technique. So I push down on the right there a little bit, so I kill the enemies with flame armor, attack the mage guy in the middle. I like to Stone Storm there. It's a nice way of stopping my movement and controlling it a bit more. Oh, the Fire Blast didn't work. I teleport just there, so I get the barrels on the right, as for the jars. And also lines up a teleport nicely for the stairs, and as you can see, Fire Blast, Drake, Fire Blast, run through all this stuff. I teleport just behind this guy, that gets the gargoyles in, and then you don't need to worry about those imps. Just run across, scoop up to get that snake guy, and then return to town after Fire Blasting. I didn't time that, you can probably look up at the time. But it's somewhere around about 40 seconds, I think. 40 to 45 seconds. Depends on how many jewels I pick up. But yeah, so I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'll move on to Inner Circle. Because yeah, I'd love to bring out a video where I do these properly, but to be honest, I'm not going to do that in the foreseeable future. So I'm just going to show here in this video, and we'll just see how the runs go. Adamar's Sanctum is the one I do pretty much all the time. Inner Circle, my technique on that gives me like 10% more gold overall, but the number of jewels is less. It's a lot less when it comes to number of sort of jewels per minute. Especially they're harder to pick up. In this one, they almost all appear around the first bit. You go up the stairs, and then you sort of loop round to the left and go around that, I call it sort of the roundabout of the map. Basically, that's where the jewels drop. So you look for them there, and they later on in the run, you don't really need to worry about them so much because they don't really drop at that point. So it's really easy to play while you're sort of watching. I do it while watching TV, and like I hardly need to look at the screen really. I just get used to the rhythm. It's a very easy map to run. Inner Circle is a bit harder, and I've shown my route before in a video a little while ago, which was in party farming. Never before showed it in solo, so this is going to be me trying to show it. It's adapted, it's changed a little bit since then, so and I don't do it perfectly all the time. I actually haven't run it in solo probably about a week or two, so yeah, I'm just, excuses aside, let's just go. So I run down here, and we're getting a lot of lag. Oh no, so the fire blast failed. But yeah, basically you fire blast at the end there, and that frost drake didn't do too well. Okay, screw this run. We'll do another run, and it will go better. Why is this lagging? This shouldn't be lagging. Just look at that. Wow. Okay. After this run, I'm going to, actually no, I'll do it now. I'll pause the recorder and we'll refresh. Let's see, we go on round 2. So if you're interested in the numbers, Adamar Sanctum has base gold of about 2,500, Inner Circle of 4,200. Because I do Adamar Sanctum in about 40 seconds. Oh, Jill, no. Okay, there we go. So I normally hit that bigger guy with it. As you can see, you can teleport into those. Oh, the lag. I normally put the frost drake on the sort of 2 of them there. You fire blast that guy in the middle on the left. I like to loop back across to fire blast the main enemies. It's important that you fire blast that slow down guy first before going up to the top. Oh no, come on. There. That's the one point where I like to use expel. Now this here, I like to frost drake down to the left. You saw that there before teleporting and fire blasting the main group. Messed up a little bit there. But yeah, that clears that section very quickly. There I just do a basic attack on the slow enemy, and then fire blast beyond. Empowered flame armor really nicely takes down these statues, the sort of head statues to the left and right of that bit. When you had the original flame armor, because it had a slightly smaller area, it was hitting, you had to perfectly line yourself between the two head statues in order to actually hit them both, which I practiced. I got quite good at that, but now it's a lot easier because you hit a larger area. So hopefully we'll get a little bit less lag this time, and we'll, oh yeah, so there's an enemy just behind there, that's what I hit. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. I can't remember exactly my route for doing these things, and you can see there my fire blasts are kind of fading a little bit. Yeah, I like to put a frost drake on those 3 things there. It hits the gargoyles quite nicely. So yeah, frost drake down on the left there, then teleport just a little bit short of it, and then that means you can you won't get slowed. So then you fire blast in, teleport across, basic attack the slow guy, fire blast beyond, fire blast those guys. It's quite hard to get all the imps perfectly. If you go across and you fire blast the barrels on the right, that quite nicely sets off the archers, and also activates the 3 imps at the bottom to get them to come up, because otherwise they don't come up. You'll know what I mean if you try it and you don't quite do it right. But there are 3 imps which they don't follow you quite so easily, and yeah, they're often the ones which you end up not quite killing. So yeah, I teleport just behind that enemy at the beginning. Alright, we put the frost drake there, fire blast across. I'm sure I used a teleport in there somewhere early on, but this is roughly the run. And if I was doing it perfectly, I'd probably be hitting around about 55 seconds to a minute. It really depends on jewels really. if I click any jewels, then I'm going to be going to a minute or a little bit beyond. But I can get it down to 55 seconds if I don't pick up jewels and I am perfectly racing through. My apologies if you hear me spamming the key as well. For flame armor, I spam that hotkey the entire run. It's kind of my impulse thing, right? And yeah, that bit there at the end, even if you're going the other direction, so this is my favourite route. If you're doing a different route and you're going around, say, clockwise or whatever, I really don't like the way most people run that bit up the stairs. So the way I do it, I only actually have to go up one of the staircases. But yeah, if you go across there, all the way across, make sure you teleport past all the enemies. It's a bit harder if you're in party farming, but if you're in solo farming, definitely do teleport past those enemies, because they will follow you, and so you can focus on one end, they'll group behind you, and you can just fire blast them. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how many jewels it is per run on average, but I think you get pretty much the same, if not a little bit better, from Adamar's Sanctum, and they're easier to pick up while you do the run. And yeah, because the runs are shorter, you get more per minute. So that's why I prefer to do that, because I don't really need... Oh, flame armor killed the enemy. I don't really need it to farm a ton of gold, so I can take 10% less and get more jewels. That's the way I like to do it. Plus also I can watch TV at the same time, because it's an easier map to run. So I'll do one more run, and that will conclude the video. If we go, yes, we're loading. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Loading in. So yeah, let's make this a good run. Land on there. Flame armor, run through, hit the enemy. Oh, well, that one works too. But yeah. So I like to teleport into that group just a little bit to get them to run together. The gargoyles, I don't really find much worth going after. And you try to just hit in there. There are usually a couple of enemies at the bottom. I think in my... Oh no, I did a video which I shared with some people, and I basically attacked those things. Those two guys that get left behind. And yeah, to be honest, that is quite efficient. Oh, this isn't a good run. No, I got slowed. Yeah, if you basically attack enemies quickly, you can do it and still keep efficiency. But basically what I like to do is I'll have a look at how many things I'm killing in a map, which is hard to judge. I think it's about 280 enemies and destructibles in a circle, and say you're doing the run in a minute, that's 280 divided by 60. Yes, that's right. So you're killing about 4 point something. Actually, no, maybe I've got that wrong. Anyway, I think you're killing about three things per second. So as long as with your basic attacks you're killing more than 3 things per second, then it's efficient. You keep efficiency. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be trying at some point, I don't know when, but probably a long time in the future, be putting out a video where I'm running in a circle properly, and it's going to be a perfect run, and I'm going to talk about it more there. I just wanted to give you something for now, and also because there are probably going to be some delays to my guides because I'm doing all this gold farming and event running. It's quite time consuming. So that's the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much.